Hi guys, Don Ferris here from Cool Bananas, and I just want to do this quick little video here to show you how you can program your beacon on your end to allow iPhone users to see your broadcast of your ad. So what you want to do is you want to go to your Play Store for Android or your iTunes, whatever, for iPhone, wherever you get your apps from, and you want to download one of, well, actually a couple of apps. The first one that we want to download, first of all, is the physical web app. Now, if you have an Android device, you don't need to do this. iPhone users, you should if you want to see your beacon. So you want to go and download the physical web app, and this is what it looks like right here. And I will show you how that works later. I've already installed it on my phone here, so I'm just going to go back here. But that's one of the ones you want to download first, is this physical web app. Then the next thing you want to download here is an app called Beaconset Plus. Now this is where you're going to program your beacon, okay? And once you program your beacon, where I'm going to show you, then you'll be able to see your ad on the physical web. Okay? So physical web app you need to install. Beaconset Plus app you need to install. And one other app that you need to install is, for Android, I like the URL shortener for Android. So this is the one that I have for my phone. If you have another URL shortener, that's awesome, use it, but you're going to need a URL shortener of some kind. So once again, you need the physical web app, you need the Beaconset Plus app, and you need the URL shortener, and they all need to be done to be able to do this. Okay, so let's go out of this here, and I'll go into, so assuming you've downloaded the Beaconset Plus app, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go into Beaconset Plus, and it's going to automatically start scanning for beacons that are around you. So if you're near your beacon, you will get the broadcast, you will see your beacon. Each beacon has its own unique MAC address. There's only 2 beacons near me right now as I'm doing this video, so there's only 2 here. Otherwise, if you scroll up, you'd see however many others are there. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop this scan because there's no more beacons around me. And I'm just going to click on this one here, this beacon here. And what we want to do is, this default password is fine. You can change it if you like. But I've left this alone on your beacon. So we just want to click on that. And you can change the password once we go into inside the beacon here. And this is where you'd modify the password, or even take the password off totally. So this is there's 6 different slots on your beacon, and these first 2 here, I'll just explain here. You don't want to touch anything in here. This will make your beacon not work, so leave that alone. And this slot 2 here, this is how I program your beacon. This is how your beacon is attached to my Google API, which is attached to my ad platform, which is how the ads are broadcast from your beacon. So what I've done, each one comes with a default namespace and instance ID. I've changed it. Each one has to have its own individual namespace and instance ID, unless you have a fleet of beacons, 2 to 200 or 2,000, whatever beacons. If you want them all to be the same namespace and instance ID, that's fine. When you change an ad on one, you change it on all of them if they're all the same. So what I've done is I've changed yours to match the last 3 of your MAC address. So the instance ID and namespace ID of this one, I've changed it to 87C and 87C on this one. So don't touch these numbers, guys. If you do, the beacon won't work. Just leave this alone. What I'm showing you this for is you can adjust your base parameters here. So this is the ad interval. This is how many times per second the ad is broadcasting from the beacon. This one is set for 3 times a second. Okay, so you can decrease that or whatever. Whoops, let's get a hold of that thing and we'll pull it across here. So you can decrease it or increase it or decrease it. I usually have them set for 3 or 4. I'll just leave that one there. This is the strength of your beacon. This is the how strong your beacon is transmitting from the beacon. Okay, this is at the strongest power, and this is the distance of the beacon. So if you have the small round beacon, the i7, that broadcast range is 328 feet or 100 meters, and that's line of sight. So you got to think of a beacon as a Bluetooth speaker, for example. If you are listening to music from your phone onto a Bluetooth speaker, and you take the Bluetooth speaker into another room or in your basement or outside or somewhere, you go away from that Bluetooth broadcasting device, the speaker is going to start to get all garbled up and not work very well. So because of the barriers that are between the Bluetooth speaker and the Bluetooth device. So these things kind of work the same way. So this is the line of sight here. Okay. And then once you've got that, you want to go up here. If you're going to change anything here, once you do, you got to go up here and save it. So you just click that little save button right there. It'll say success. And that's good. The rest of this stuff you can leave alone. This is just other things to be able to read from the beacon as well. So just the only reason I brought you in here is to show you how to program this one and this slot 3. We click on slot 3, and this is where you add yours probably says, let's see here, yours probably says empty. I'll just empty it so it's familiar with what you're looking at. And let's put a URL in there, and we'll just click on that. And I already have a URL in here, but I'll just take it out just for the sake of this video, and we'll go and get a URL from my platform. So we'll just go to, let's get my business card, for example, and I will copy this link, and I'm going to go to the URL shortener that you downloaded. Okay, you need to shorten this URL, because back on this Beaconset Plus here, guys, where you input this here, the URL that you're going to put in there is likely going to be too long, and it won't accept that long value. So we need to shorten it. That's the reason for the URL shortener. So we go back here. I've already shortened it, but basically what you do is you paste your URL in there, and you click this button here. It'll shorten it. And then you can copy the URL, and then we can go back to Beaconset, and it's timed out on me, so we'll just go back in here. Give it a second here, click on that, and then when it opens up, we'll go back to the URL spot right here. Okay, and we'll click on the URL, or this button here, and we'll go down to URL, remember, okay, and then you would want to, I'll just take it out of here just so everything's congruent with what you're looking at here, and we're going to paste the URL in there. Now if you notice here, this is much shorter, but now it's got this HTTPS in here. Okay, we want to take that out. Okay, and there's a reason. It's because it's over here. You have the choice. If you have a website, if you have, this is how your link that you're putting in here, this is how it is, click this one. If this is how your link is viewed in a browser, this is what you want to choose. Okay, this is the one for the Google shortener, so I'm just going to choose that one, and there it is there. And then we can change our parameters here if you want to whatever. I've got this one already set, so remember, this is the number of times per second it's broadcasting. This is the signal strength of it, and this is the distance. Okay, then we want to save it. I go up here and save, and then back out of it here. Go to the arrow, back out of it, and just refresh it. And this is where your URL will appear on here. Okay, so now before I asked you to download the physical web app. So the physical web app is, when you open that up, guys, it is going to scan. Let's see if I'll do it again here. So it's scanning for a beacon. Now, because I've done it a couple times and it's an Android phone, it's not very friendly with an Android phone, but you saw it earlier. I'll just reopen this here. I'm just going to reopen the physical web app here. Getting interrupted with phone calls and all kinds of crazy stuff here. Okay, because I've asked it too many times on an Android phone, it's going to close on me. But you saw the link there before. On an iPhone, it'll be a lot. It won't do that on iPhone. So then you can open up your own ad on the iPhone. Anyways, I hope that helps, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call, 780-233-0358, or you can email me anytime as well, don@coolbananas.ca. Hope this helps. Bye for now.